Oh yeah!
And let's have a party, celebrate, and let's have a good time, you and me, 'cause everything is alright. Just believe you'll see that we gon' make this thing explode.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Tea Time here with Tauntaun777. Not gonna get a better name than that, in all honesty, so let's just cut to the chase. The new Star Wars trailer came out a couple days ago, the 19th of October, so I know I probably should have done a video shortly after that, but my past weekend has not allowed me to do that till now. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this. It's also given me time to look at what people have said and watch the trailer several times myself, to, come up with some maybe story ideas for the whole thing. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan. I'm a fan, not a crazy person. I'm not going to dress up for this thing, no matter how cool that would be. So, anyways, as we're going to go through this, the first thing I like to point out is that the opening is on Jakku. Jakku is another desolate planet with literally nobody important on there. So we open up with our main character, Rey, there. Rey. I don't know. I'm going to say Rey, because R-E-Y. Can't come up with any better names. Can't have Han Solo or anything like that with simple names. Nah, that's cray talk. I'm gonna go with Rey here. We're gonna go with Rey. Yeah, Rey. So her name's Rey, because that's how I English that. So she's the main character there, and she opens up being dressed up like some sort of Tusken Raider person and goes through a ship and scavenging it like a Jawa. It's getting in some aspects that Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker had on their home planet of Tatooine. So I find that interesting that all the most powerful people in the blasted universe are on those desolate planets. Then again, it does make sense, because you got to isolate yourself from, the Empire, First Order, however you want to call this. So let's just, live with that. And, I can't argue with it, in all honesty, but it's just interesting to me. That's where it's always happening. And then, we see Han and his Millennium Falcon flying through the planet. So obviously that's where they meet up, is on Jakku. And then our next main character there, Finn, who is apparently an ex-stormtrooper, is, again, crashes on Jakku. Nobody goes there, but when something important has to happen, it has to be on either Jakku or Tatooine, those backwater, outer rim planets. So anyways, he goes there. He's sick and tired, apparently, of the First Order, and he goes and joins the Rebellion / New Republic. So that's an interesting deal. A lot of people are saying he's the next Luke Skywalker. He could be. Granted, in all the posters and whatnot, he's holding Luke's lightsaber and everything, and I just don't know, because the stance he holds in the trailer when he's about ready to fight Kylo Ren, is not really a Jedi stance or really a prepared stance. But then again, he is being charged by a guy with, lightsabers coming out of his hilt as a cross guard. And I gotta guarantee that's pretty cool. So how he's going to handle the situation, I don't know. If he's been trained by Luke or not, or if Luke's just like he's fed up with it and he's Yoda styling this on Dagobah or something, I just don't know. And again, we see Luke Skywalker because we know that because his hand comes out and touches the dome of R2-D2, which we know both R2, C-3PO, and mainly the whole old cast is going to be there. So that's going to be really cool and interesting there, with that being there. Again, if it is, a lot of people are in uproar because it's a black guy playing the role, which I don't care. Mace Windu was a freaking kick-butt Jedi, so maybe we get another kick-butt Jedi. And I don't really care. What I care about is the storyline. And so far it's not matching up to the storyline I've read, what happens after Return of the Jedi, but maybe they fast forward way past that, because when, Rey, gotta keep this straight in my head. When Rey's talking to Han Solo in the Falcon about the stories, so obviously it's been a span of time from episode 6 to now. So, and as we can tell, the Empire is in shatters. The New Republic has been formed by the Rebellion. So now there's another war, which, who figured that part out? Anyways, so it is past episode 6, maybe by 40, maybe 50 years. So it's a little ways off from what I was hoping to be next. Because then again, all the original actors and actresses for, 4, 5, and 6, they ain't as beautiful as they once were, You gotta start where they are. So anyway, so I'm interested to see where they take that. And then let's see here. Poe Dameron, the guy we see being interrogated by Kylo Ren in the beginning, he's a pilot apparently that was found. He was originally I think adopted by some rebel fighters on Yavin, and he's become like a, how do you say, kind of a stalker or a shadower of Han Solo and Princess Leia, you know, trying to reach up to their aspirations and things like that. He's an awesome pilot, really good. But he gets shot down apparently, or he gets captured somehow by the First Order and is interrogated by Ren to figure out what the heck the plan is next. So that sucks for that guy. He's more than likely probably gonna die. The Sith aren't, you know, known to keep survivors. You know, that's kind of not their thing. So anyways, and then after, you know, with all the old cast coming in, what I'm thinking is gonna happen is that they're all gonna die off. Except for the droids and maybe a few other people, but I'm pretty sure, you know, I think Luke's gonna die, because, I mean, we got to get a new Jedi in there, a new main character Jedi, and I'm hoping that they've created an order by this time, because at this point in at least the book series I read with Star Wars and with a buddy of mine, at this point Luke has set up a small order of maybe 50 Jedi, and hopefully, you know, maybe they get incorporated someone into this or something like that. I'm really hoping for that, because who does not like seeing, you know, the reestablishment of the Jedi Order? So that's one of the things that'll probably happen, is Luke's probably gonna die. Leia and Han will either die or retire into exile, and already there's speculation of Chewbacca's death in the trailer, because some people have, you know, freeze framed the video and zoomed in at the point where Rey is crying over a body. If you look really close into the dark spots, you can sort of see on the shoulder where it looks like Chewbacca's sash that he has. So either he's unconscious, which I mean, come on, I'd like him to be unconscious and still be living, or he's dead. Which, to be honest, Chewbacca does die shortly after Episode 6. And it's not super soon after that, it's maybe 20 years after that. So he dies before the beginning of the Vong Wars. Any of you who keep up with Star Wars and the Vong Wars, the use of Vong, which is the species that comes in, is a very deadly race that are, you know, how do you put this? They cannot be touched by the Force. They have absolutely no Force reading on them. So the Jedi and the Sith have no control over them whatsoever. This race of people is what the Emperor was preparing for when he was building the Death Star. That Death Star would have destroyed every single ship the Vong would have brought in, but the rebellion did not know the overall plan, and then when it was too late, crap happened, and then this massive war started, and, you know, many main characters died, and including Chewbacca within the first 2 books. Chewbacca died within that. So Chewbacca may die, and that would be just a tragic heart-wrencher for some people, but I don't know how much that'll affect the plot line, in all honesty. And then the new stuff for the Empire and whatnot, we've said the First Order, a lot of people think it's still the Empire. It's not, because the Rebellion has, you know, knocked off pretty much all the heads. You know, the Emperor's gone, Darth Vader's gone, Grand Moff Tarkin's gone. So what's happened is the Empire has deteriorated really quickly, and that's how Palpatine wanted it, because he didn't want nobody to take power away from him, moron. But anyways, so after that death, mainly it was just all the other Grand Moffs below Tarkin, because Tarkin was the highest Grand Moff, and then after that, it was just all the other, you know, Moffs and whatnot controlling each individual system. So they became kind of like warlords and started up their own little armies or whatnot and battled over each other to gain control. Now, after Episode 6, a Grand Admiral comes in named Thrawn, and he basically takes over and kind of brings the Empire back together for another few books until he dies. Yeah, beautiful, isn't it? So it's a bit interesting. So anyways, and then after a while, the Empire warlords figure it out and they're like, you know what? This is not our main problem. We need to work together to take out that New Republic stuff that just happened. So what they do is they form together and call it the First Order. So obviously that means new weapons, new helmets, new everything. You know, because we can't stick with the classic stuff. You know, the clone stuff changed from 2 to 3, I mean, in all honesty. I mean, we can't handle all this. Can't handle all this. So they're new looking. It's really, I like the way they look. It's kind of cool. It's still sticking with the old Stormtrooper feel, and definitely marks who they are. So it's intriguing to see how that will happen and how they incorporate all of that into the movie. So I'm excited to see that. They also have new vehicles. The TIE fighters look the same. Some of them may have different paints on them to signify who's the leader or whatnot of a squadron. So that's going to be interesting. Easier for the rebels to knock out the head of the snake again. Nobody's thinking this through. One thing another fan found as they were going through the clips, when they're on this ice-snowed planet or whatnot, you kind of see this machinery down in the right-hand corner. What they're saying that is the Star Killer, which the Star Killer is a supercharged Death Star. You know the Death Star can blow up planets? Well, the Star Killer kind of destroys systems. Yeah. Why we keep on, getting bigger and bigger in the mass destruction, I don't understand. But the Star Killer is the next big thing that the First Order creates, which is more powerful than the Death Star. So now the New Republic / Rebellion has to go in there and destroy it again. Let's throw some proton torpedoes into another exhaust port and blow it up. $5 as that's going to be in the movie. Oh, here's another exhaust port. Let's do this again. I could see that happening, in all honesty. But anyways, the Star Killer is a deadly machine, and I have read it in the books before, and I don't remember it ever being attached to a planet. It used to, I think in the books, it was like a ship that would fly around. It was no bigger than probably the Falcon, and it would just fly around and just go inside the star and then, like, expand itself or something. Like, it would expand some sort of radiation to make it disintegrate. It was pretty interesting, actually. And then there's rumors of Boba Fett being in here, which a lot of people are surprised and shocked about that, which I am not, because I've read the books. And again, he does get out of the Sarlacc pit. He gets help from his buddy Dinger, or Danger, whoever the guy with the bandages and whatnot. You all know who I'm talking about. The guy with the big turban stuff. Yeah, that guy comes in and cuts him out of the gut of the Sarlacc. His armor does protect him for the most part, but still, I think everybody kind of saw that coming, that he would not be kind of dead. But Boba Fett is rumored to be in there because whenever you see that big, kind of luscious area with that tall red robot and you see all the flags in the background, one of the flags outlined in white on the banner, I think, has like the Mandalorian symbol, and they think that means, oh, Boba Fett's going to be there. It could be Boba Fett, it could be Death Watch, it could be, Jango Fett reincarnated, it could be anything. Mandalorian does not mean it's just Boba Fett. I would be amazed to see if maybe the New Republic enlists the Death Watch, which any of you who've watched the Clone Wars from, Disney or whatnot, the Death Watch is pretty BA. They have stupid leadership, that's about it. So, they're all warriors and whatnot, and they fight Jedi all the time, and they're really good at what they do. So I think that'd be cool if maybe either the Rebellion or the New Republic or the First Order gets their hands on one of them and calls them in. And I think that would just be amazing. So, yeah. So this whole new hero and villains division, it could be interesting. A lot of people are saying that Rey may turn to the dark side. Now, that could possibly happen because they're saying she's the Force-sensitive one. And, if she does go to the dark side, then Kylo Ren's going to have another buddy to go run around the galaxy with, and he's keeping Darth Vader's severed head in his ship. That's what I find awkward, because he had to go to Endor to get that. Poor Ewoks, they were probably, playing the bongos with that, and they probably didn't see what was coming next. Anyways, so this new division of who heroes and villains are could be interesting. It could be, we saw in the beginning Finn deferring from the First Order to the New Republic. That's a pretty hardcore turnaround right there and then. So whether or not that happens, and I would be interested to see if they do incorporate the use of Vong in any way, shape, or form, either at the beginning of the movie saying that's what the stories were, or at the end of the movie where the First Order and the New Republic have to band together to protect their galaxy. That would be cool if that happened, because I do like the Vong Wars. Those are pretty legit wars. And but the thing that has to happen is the Solo children. Any of you who've read the books or whatnot about the Vong Wars. Sorry about that, guys. The memory card got full on me, so yeah, that was awkward. Anyways, as I was going to say before, this will be my last point. I just really wish that they will incorporate some of the books into the movie, because Mara Jade, Luke's wife, was pretty BA. She was the Emperor's hand, which means that she would do missions for the Emperor that even Vader would not know about. So that was pretty cool. She was a pretty BA person. So, you know, and then Ben Skywalker, which is Luke Skywalker's son, was pretty good. I mean, Skywalker blood, boy. You know, he'd be kicking everybody's butt. So, anyways, guys, that's my kind of input on what I saw in the trailer, what I hope is going to be incorporated in the movie and whatnot. Please leave a like below or comment. Let me know what you think about the new Star Wars trailer, things like that. We can have some interesting discussions or whatnot about the movie. But I'm not at all knowing about Star Wars. I do know a little bit about what I've read in the books and what I've talked about with a good friend of mine about it, and just in deep discussions about it. So we're all excited about this new movie. We just all hope that it's what we are thinking it's going to be. So anyways, guys, until next time, this is Tauntaun777, and I am out.